Okay, round 3 or whatever. Just gotta get something through. So, just did the video on America. Just penned the Treaty for World Peace and Prosperity. It's a real thing. So now we play the waiting game and, see if who cares first, who's willing to listen and who's willing to try. Well, I'm tired of certain people not coming around to anything, no matter what. Oh wow, it's so much brighter. This has a bill. So, it's interesting. I love it. I think it's such a cool style. That's why I keep getting them. I like normal beanies too, but there's something about the visor. But, so, I was thinking just now of where I come from, which when I say that, it means my martial art, which is Indonesian. I haven't been yet, but it is going to be a profound place for me to be. When you joined the martial art program, rather than the meditation part, what I started with, and then I went into the martial art program, you got a member packet, and you got some other like reading material and stuff to, track your. It was a journal. And it was a journal, right? So you could track your progress, you can put your goals down and stuff. But we also had an actual goal sheet. I remember that. It had, motivational quotes, inspiration to, yeah, if he did it, so can I type, right? She did it, so can I, yeah. It was actually created by a woman, the martial art I do. I love that. I champion that. At the top, I remember it had a question, and it said, "Are you a servant or are you royalty?" Well, with the Atlassian Oath, which this is all public domain, the treaty is literally on my blog. Go look and start living the oath now. It's really geared on quality of life, and I've been thinking of contention in the home and those who create it and let it stay and do nothing to change it. Who does what? What is the role of a servant? What is the role of royalty? And why are we asking? What should be a person's experience in life? Should we even question? Should there be a difference? I mean, if you look throughout human history, royalty doesn't really do much, do they? No, they usually take whatever they want and then trickle down the rest. Literally trickle down economics, and never works. It has to be bottom up. And, you guys are worshiping 40-year-old economics that are just actually backwards to how life actually works. It's not wisdom. So we're no different. Like I pointed out in the America video, we became what we hate. So what do we do with a person that served our country? Well, what does that mean? He was in the military, therefore he served our country. Okay, he did not see war. He joined just so he can avoid the draft. It was like a preemptive move, fatalism, essentially. Well, if this is going to happen, then okay. I wish he would do that now, because it's going to happen either way, and that kind of attitude would actually benefit him. But didn't see any war, didn't talk about anything, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, and he's not talked about literally anything. Anything. Literally anything. He's the most impervious man. So, served the country. Right. Got back. He's talked a lot about his poor treatment back from Vietnam, and I can understand that, looking at videos and understanding things, having compassion in the first place. What's he done since? What's he done lately? Well, he makes sure to wear a veteran hat, makes sure he gets his discount, makes sure that a discount exists, and if so, he gets it, favors those who thank him, doesn't really thank anybody else unless they're wearing a hat too. That doesn't sound very grateful. That sounds like taking your actual country for granted. That doesn't sound like servant. That sounds like royalty. And he actually jokes about his pronouns, very disrespectful by the way, as being your highness. Now, knowing what I do about comedy, and dark comedy in particular, and I use dark comedy, so I have to. So, there's an element of truth in there, isn't there? Yeah. So when we use comedy or humor to disarm people, it is sometimes, not always, but sometimes, to admit something true about us that would be really, really, really horrible if admitted, if true. I tried sharing my cannabis, very, very low dose. Like, honestly, I could eat the entire bag. It's 10 milligrams. That's barely a puff for me, probably. Like, I don't feel that. The 2.5 milligrams in each, like, gummy or whatever, nah. So, I half listen because empty elocution is going in one ear and out the other. All he wants to hear is "Thanks, Your Highness," and so that's all he's going to hear. And so, his wife struggles to breathe by evidence of being on oxygen. Relaxing helps. Being somewhere lower than the elevation we are helps. Brought that up multiple times. I would offer help sometimes to him because, I could see his body like being old. He'd usually say no. So I'm like, okay, cool. I used to do the shopping, but he decided I was untrustworthy. The only thing that I would get extra at the store was literally like manager special flowers and extra candy. That's it. And usually for everybody. If I got something for me, I would get something for everybody. All right, that's, But I guess that's not trustworthy, so he took the card away and the key. And decided to do all of it himself and get it wrong and deliberately leave stuff off that I specifically asked for. That doesn't sound very grateful. Why are we supporting these people? If you joined military only so they wouldn't, make you, and then you treat your own family members disrespectfully like that, why is that worth serving? That's not service at all. You didn't serve anybody. You don't know how to serve. You're confusing the two, because with royalty, actual royalty, the people that are worth, exalting as human beings, they share. They learn how to fish, and they learn how to share. Is this starting to sound familiar at all? The life process is the life process, and the same rules apply to everybody. You make promises, and you don't keep them. That is not okay. Before I moved back, and during, when I first moved back, he would, move stuff out of the basement. He had a thing, and this is not a big deal, by the way, I couldn't care less. I'm not touching them. I will get somebody else to do it. But, so either way, I'm not doing it. But, when you say, hey, I'm going to clean out the basement so you and Mike don't have to after we die. I know there's a bunch of crap down there, and I mentioned some. Huge, 2-liter bottles of tap water from the 1990s. Back when they had the little fucking plastic deal at the bottom. Some of them. Grains of wheat and shit. Actual wheat and hoarder supply survivalist shit that is never going to be useful from the 1970s. Literally 1977. I remember that specifically. I think I threw that bucket away. But others like it exist. So, you don't serve. The difference between the royalty that the world knows as the stingy bastards, like the slave owner you are, in mind, because slavery still exists, y'all. It's just more insidious. The same effect it works, they just can't get away with what they used to. A little bit. Just on the physical level. Still the same. The mental and emotional binding of, I get to control what you get to experience. You asked for that? Well, I can say no. I know you like cannabis, bringing full circle. No, I don't like it. It's literally the only thing that helps my condition. Do you like when I scream because I don't have it? Do you like my PTSD attacks because I actually have suffered traumas? So that you're doing absolute zero to prevent, absolute zero to stop, and absolute zero to help. You hear what you want to hear. I misspoke once. When I asked for help to supply the only medicine that does work. And you said no, and you weren't doing anything, and I started freaking out. When I said, you're done, I meant you're done making decisions that impact my life in a very negative way. You're done dehumanizing me. On one of the notes that he shoved under my door was the only time I have ever seen an attempt to use my actual name that was given to me. If somebody is disrespectful enough not to call somebody just what they prefer, it's the same as you, William. Do you prefer being called William, Billy, or Bill? What's your preference? Okay, great, I'll use that. Same fucking shit. What is the most hurtful name in the world to you? The one you gave me. The one I'm trying to shed. The one I consider my slave name because you are a slave owner in mind and heart. And you still try to control me. And your decision making still impacts my life in a very negative way. You'd never serve. Those who ask for gratitude and demand it without giving actual any, no. What is that called? Narcissism, maybe? Are you a servant or are you royalty? Well, you made a promise to Jesus Christ to serve him. What happened to that promise? Fuck the basement. Like I said, that is no big deal. You promised and you broke that. Because like I pointed out, if you are willing to break a promise with the actual creator, I stand no chance. I stand no chance. So on that note that he put underneath my door, I don't read because empty elocution again, in one, out the other. Total worthless. Your words are absolutely worthless. They hurt. They actually hurt because they are dehumanizing. You get offended. He said, we love you even when you hurt us. That's the only thing that I picked up. Okay? You don't know what that word means. You don't even respect me. Sometimes I like to, I think out loud. Okay, so that's new and different, and I love it. So as I exited just this time to go on my walk, find peace, connect, I said, Attalus wore a suit last night. That's weird, I wonder why, or something like that. Loud enough to be in earshot, but not obvious. Nothing gets through. They don't ask questions, they don't understand shit. They try to compliment me, I think. I tune them out completely. Literally all he wants to hear is, thanks, your highness. So that's all he's gonna hear. How he takes it is whatever. I am right here. Been sitting on world peace since fucking January and nobody's willing to listen and cooperate. Even people that claim to love me. So I have more to say. My phone is under 10% and diving quickly, so to be continued. But I've done everything. If one person is giving 100% and literal actual best, and the other is if it's convenient, but if you can find an excuse, even better to not, fuck that. You don't like weed and you don't like that it helps me. I don't know why. But I guess, thanks for, letting me be comfortable, sleeping in the bed that I love most, and being able to eat some stuff that I like. Thanks, Your Highness.